However, when I came in the recruiting center in '87, they were opening all the trades for operational for women, and they asked me if I wanted to be a pilot, and I thought that was a good idea, so why not? So that's why I became a pilot. But through my first few years, something happened. I truly fell in love with the seeking. I fell in love with the job I was doing. I fell in love with going to sea, and it's been 32 years, and I'm still here, and I'm living every day. Well, the seeking was crew with 4 people. You had 2 pilots, you had 1 air combat system officer, and 1 airborne electronic sensor operator. So you could be the ASOP, would be manning the sonar, the AXO would be navigating and also being in charge of the torpedo parameters, and of course the 2 pilots were flying the aircraft. So it took an entire team effort to be doing specific duties such as anti-submarine warfare. So the 4 of us working together, what it took for flying and fighting the seeking at sea. 426 was one of the 6 aircraft that were modified in less than 2 weeks for Operation Friction, the first Gulf War. They were equipped with a self-defense suite which had chaff and flares. It had a forward-looking infrared equipment. It had a machine gun. So this reconfiguration that happened in the 90s really changed how we fought with this machine and changed the last 30 years of the seeking operational mission. I think when I look back at my time at sea, it would be sailing on the ship. We deployed with the Navy and we had no idea where we were going to end up. We sailed and we were going to be gone for 6 months, and our airfield was really the ship. And we went where the sea took us. One day we were doing anti-submarine warfare. The next day we were doing above surface. The day after we could have been doing a logistic run or search and rescue. So it was never a boring life. But I guess the one that is the hardest is actually landing this aircraft on the back of a ship. It's really like landing on a dime, and you take your dime and you move it like that. It's probably the most challenging task that any pilot can do, especially when the weather is bad or the sea state is very high. No one gets lost when the sea state is calm. So every time you launch on a search and rescue operation, it's in the worst weather condition. So it's very interesting because you gotta get the job done. Someone might die on your watch and you gotta give everything you have. Where you land on the deck and it takes you 20, 25, 30 minutes to make a good landing, and then at the end of the flight, as you're finally down, you take your pulse, and your pulse is like 180. Because you've just been a ball of nerves for the entire time that you were trying to land. I was lucky with the seeking. The seat actually goes up and forward, and the pedals, the same thing. What a luxury for an aircraft design in 1963. So it was a challenge. Flight suit, well, usually you grab the smallest size and you hope that it would actually fit. I had to kind of place my foot down with my immersion suit and the neck seal, because the seals were always too big and would allow water to seep through. So they had to order extra small for me, but then they found a solution. Now though, with the new gender-based analysis tool that the Government of Canada and the Canadian Armed Forces are enforcing, all project, equipment, material needs to reflect that diversity and respect women. So now there's no longer, that factor is no longer in play, because the material that we procure will fit every woman and man the same way.